file level shortcuts in Visual Studio. This is Daniel, and you are going to get coded. As you may know, I have the code on the right side and I have the file level shortcuts on the left. You can find the link in the description down below. So make sure you go there. You find the link on the left side down below. So let's begin. The first one, Control+N, new file. These are very used in many other applications. So let's try to see the first one. So new file, open file, save, save all. So all of these are kind of like the default shortcuts for many applications, but let's see them. So I go back to Visual Studio, so I press Control-N. Control-N creates a new file. So from here you can select what type of file, so what group of file, and then you can say tab, 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 and you go here to actually select your own file. So maybe a style sheet or a text file or HTML, and then hit open. So enter. We can press escape to actually close this one. We can open a file. So Control O to open a file. So maybe you have a file on your computer. You can select the file and you can open up in Visual Studio alongside with your other files. We can press escape to close this window. Control S. I use this many times. So you can see right now this file is saved because we don't have any asterisks. If I make a change, we have an asterisk over here. So right now it means that this specific file contains content that is not saved. So we need to say Control S to actually save it. I use this many times. Also, let's try to change a couple of files. So I'm going to change the program file. I'm going to change the iLaptop and the laptop file as well. So right now we have 3 files which were changed, which contain changes that are not saved. So we can save all of them. Control-Shift-S. Right now, all of them are saved at once. Okay? So these 4 shortcuts, easy to remember. You need to know them. Let's continue. Move start and move to end. Again, we are at the file level. So we look at the file right now. So the editor right now. Move to start, move to end. So we can say Control Home, Control End. Control Home, move up, Control End, move down. Let's try to go to program because it's a little bit longer so you can see the actual cursor. So Control Home, move up, Control End, move down, up and down, up and down. Very nice to go to the beginning of the file and to the end of the file. Next up, we have one shortcut, go to line, Control G. So if you want to go to a specific line, maybe you work with a programmer like pair programming, and you that specific programmer prompts you to go to a specific line in your file. You can just say Control G, and then you can insert your line number. As you can see here, it says that we have lines from 1 to 64. So we have 64 lines. So let's try 36 and hit OK. We go to line 36 over here. So very fast to actually find the line that you have to work in. Next up, we have the first pair. We have scroll up and scroll down. So we cannot use this mouse. Again, please consider putting this in a drawer. So don't throw it away. You still need it in other apps, in other things you might do, but you need to put it in the drawer. You need to actually force yourself to apply these shortcuts. It's not enough to actually have them in your mind. It's a whole other thing to actually apply them, you know? So the whole purpose of actually understanding and learning these shortcuts is to apply them. So Control up arrow, Control down arrow. So we still keep our cursor where it is, but we actually scroll the file up and down. Next up, to zoom in and to zoom out. So Control Shift dot to zoom in, Control Shift comma to zoom out. So let's try that. So Control Shift dot, we can zoom in, Control Shift comma, we can zoom out. Let's try to put at 133% so that you can see the code. Next up, we have Format All, and I think this is the most important shortcut from my point of view. Well, not as important as the save, but as important. So to format all the document, let's try to actually make some changes in the file. So I will try to uglify the code. So we are going to have code like this. spaces everywhere, missing lines, I don't know, everything is just a mess. I will not work in this file. I mean, it's just so difficult to work in this file. And I don't want to go line by line. So in order to format the whole document, you need to press Control KD. So Control KD, everything is formatted at once. Amazing. So Control KD, format the file in Visual Studio. Next up, what we have show spaces. This is a nice thing to know. It's not that important, but it's a nice thing to know. It's something similar to what you have in Word. So Control R, Control W. I pressed the wrong key, so Control R, Control W. You can see the dots. So the dots represent one space, and this one is a new line or an empty line, I don't know. So useful actually to see how your code is indented, how your code is formatted, if you need that. We can also toggle this on and off, so we can say Control R, Control W again to actually remove all of those dots and things, okay? Next up, select all, and I think I've used this a couple of times, so Control A to select all. We select everything in the file. Now, we need to go into something specific. So, right now you can see that I have find all, search, replace all. So these are in one chunk. So, first up, we have find. Control F. We are able to find a specific word or a specific variable name inside our file. So we can say something like, I don't know, laptops. And we can see if we press enter, we go to all the references. And right now, find reached the starting point. So we reached again the starting point. Also, you can press on F3, I guess. Yes, F3 to actually cycle through all the references. Beside find, we can have find all, and this is for all the documents, so not only for one. So we can say Control Shift F. Right now we have another window which opens, and we can find in multiple files. So let's try to say laptop for now on, and looking in, where do I look into? I want to look in the entire solution, and we can do as before in the current document. But this is like a very, very nice thing to know. Keep Control F when you want to find something in a document, and keep Control Shift F when you want to find something in the whole solution. Don't mess up with these, okay? Because this is going to be very useful for you. When you know you want to find something in a file, you can press Control F. When you know you want something from other files or from all the files from the entire solution, you can say Control Shift F. So this is how it works. And then we can say enter. And right now we have a new window which popped up, find results. And this results window actually contains every single line where the laptop word is. So we have these lines, and we can double click on them, and we can go to those specific lines inside our code. Pretty nice. Find all, amazing feature. Control I to search. Again, this is very similar, so you can search for something. So laptop again, very similar to like actually double clicking on things, and you have some highlight, but also you have regardless of the uppercase and lowercase. So this is case insensitive kind of. So Control I, again, laptop, you can find something that you might want. The last one, or the last pair, is Control H and Control Shift H to replace and replace all. Similarly to how find and find all work, we have the replace and the replace all. So let's start with the replace. Control H to replace. I want to replace laptop with cat. Why not? And also you can replace all of them at once by saying Alt and A, and I forgot that. So Alt and A to replace everything at once. So Alt A, everything got replaced, and we see 14 occurrences replaced. And it's obvious that we have errors because cat doesn't exist, so we don't have a cat thing over there. So we can Control Z, we can undo the thing, and we have the replace all. So Control Shift H, replace all the occurrences in all the files. So laptop, not this one. So tab, 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 tab. Let's try to go up, or shift tab. Okay, shift tab to go up. I want laptop and I want cat. And this is going to be the same. We can find the next one and we can replace it. So right now we are here. You can see that it got replaced, or we can replace all of them. But we have some things, so I will not do this for now, okay? So let's try to undo this for now. If you want to replace all, you can do that, but it's kind of dangerous, as you saw, to replace everything, because you might have forgotten what you have done in particular files. So make sure you don't use the replace all that often, because it's kind of dangerous. Okay, we have two more. So the last two, paste previous content. So for example, I want to copy this one and I want to copy this one as well. So in my clipboard, I copied 2 lines. So Control Shift V. So let's try to give us some space here, and Control V, it pastes the last copied text or content. But if we say Control V, Control Shift V, we can switch between all the content. You can see. So we go previously to what I had in my clipboard. And this is amazing, because you are not only limited to what you just copied, but you can go back in time. So the history of copied text, content, and so on, and you can paste it. So very useful thing, Control Shift and V to paste previous content. And the last is Control and comma. So we can go to, let's try to actually remove this because we have just so many errors. So Control Z to undo. And let's try to see. So laptops or somewhere, Control comma, and see what we get. This is very useful because you can just search for something or go to something. So you don't actually have like a window with all the results, but you can directly go there. So right now I have laptops, but let's try to say iLaptop. And you can see it prompts me to go first to the iLaptop interface. And I can say enter, I'm there. So Control comma is actually very useful to move back and forth between your files. For example, I want a dictionary, so let's try dictionary. And this doesn't work. So dictionary. And I think go to all, I have to set up in all the files, right? Okay, so this doesn't work because, yes, because this is the type of the class. So it doesn't work like that. It has to be a variable. Yes, this is my bad. So let's try to find a variable instead. I don't know, laptop. Do you work? So this is like the class. So we go to the laptop class itself. So only the built-in kind of things work. So these are the shortcuts for the file level. I hope you like this video. And again, you don't need to learn you don't need to learn all of them by heart, and I should not rush. So as you learn, as you grow, as you code, try to integrate as many as you can. I myself don't know all of them, and I'm trying to integrate as many as I can. And I think this is an amazing opportunity for me to learn as well, because the most useful, the most effective way of actually learning is to teach. Okay, so this is like the number one, like the most powerful way of learning is to teach. So this can be an amazing opportunity for me to actually learn these shortcuts myself for Visual Studio. Again, if you like this video, please click thumbs up. Also consider subscribing. Until next time, bye guys.